Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Jeannie B, and I thank you for joining me, and please like and subscribe and help me grow my channel. I want to give back to the ASMR community because I feel like I've received so much relaxation from people out there, and so I've got some unique ideas that I want to share with you. And as I told you in my last video, I've got these amazing books from my grandmother, and I want to read some of these things to you. And I like reading, listening to reading, soft spoken, some whispering, only because it helps to relax me. All my equipment is very lo-fi, and so it's not very state-of-the-art and flashy, but hopefully the good sound comes through, and the information I read is not only soothing, but you may find something interesting and actually kind of funny. Remember, this is from 1908. 1908. That was a long time ago. Way before I was born, although sometimes it feels like it. So this is, again, and I've got some little highlighting tabs in here. I didn't want to write in here only because, you know, it's kind of a precious book. It's old. And again, it's called Household Discoveries and Mrs. Curtis's Cookbook. And it's got this, and it's in really good shape. The binding is still really good, intact. I want to try and take really good care of it. I've had it for a number of years. Like I said, my grandmother gave it to me, and this was her mother-in-law's, my grandfather's mother. So, yeah, so I'm going to start in today with the topic of beauty and bathing, because in 1908, there weren't a lot of indoor bathrooms, let alone indoor plumbing. So we are really, really spoiled today because we often have more than one bathroom, and we've got running water, both hot and cold. We don't have to heat up our bath water on the stove in a kettle. So I'm going to put my glasses on, and I apologize for any glare, but I'm as blind as a bat, so I need them. So that's not too bad, right? Okay. So we're going to start with the toilet and bath. They don't call it beauty. They just call taking care of yourself your toiletry. So it starts off talking about the skin and how the skin has two principal functions: to protect the body and to remove by perspiration the results of certain bodily changes. So those are the two purposes of the skin. So it talks about sweat glands and various things you can use to soften the skin, and I'll get into that in another topic. One of the skin washes, particularly face washes, that they recommend, here's the recipe. Are you ready? A face wash containing fluid potash, 1 ounce, cologne, 2 ounces, alcohol, 4 ounces. And you use a camel brush or soft rag or a rough towel to apply and wash vigorously. So Here's an ointment. So people, women of a certain age, like me, ointment for wrinkles or relaxed skin. To 10 grains of camphor, add 2 ounces of prepared lard and 1 fluid dram of rectified spirits of wine. Rectified spirits of wine. What are rectified spirits of wine? If you know, let me know in the comments below, because I don't know. And actually, I'm a winemaker, and I don't know what that means. So, apply a little of the ointment at night, previously washing the face, and strengthen the body by means of tonics and a nourishing diet. I like that. Bathe the parts where the wrinkles appear with alum and water. This will tighten the skin. Alum and water. Or fresh butter, 2 drams. Essence of turpentine, 2 drams. And mastic, 1 dram of mastic. So I have joked that I could use mastic on my face to fill in some of my wrinkles. And I used to joke, but it's in this book. So maybe I wasn't too far off from the truth. So butter, turpentine, and mastic. Okay. Historians say that civilization of a community can be estimated by the quantity of soap it consumes. Similarly, the refinement of a family is indicated by the amount of water it uses. Records of cities show that an average by each person runs from 7 or 8 gallons among the poor, where there's only 1 faucet in the house, to about 60 gallons in the homes of wealthy persons. 60 gallons of water a day. That's way too much, I'm sorry. But then I don't know how much I use in a shower. So I don't know. But this is per day. 60 gallons per day. Does that sound right? The bath is the foundation of the toilet. Most persons naturally take a bath preparatory to putting on their Sunday clothes or other holiday attire. If this were not the case, we fear that consideration of the health based on modern hygienic science would not of itself be sufficient inducement to bathe. Colds are caused by lack of proper contraction of the pores of the skin when the body is exposed from drafts or otherwise. Not viruses, people. No, it's from your pores not contracting. So don't talk about viruses because they don't make you sick. It's your pores. Take a bath in water as hot as can be borne. It will help to rest you, scald your skin. It's great for sleep. Don't strip for a bath when the body is cooling after perspiration, but step into a warm bath while the body is still heated. Don't stay too long in the water. Get out before you begin to feel chilled. Don't bathe early in the morning on an empty stomach unless you are vigorous and strong enough to stand it. And don't neglect the weekly hot water bath followed by a change of clothing to keep the body clean and healthy. So change your clothes once a week after your weekly bath. And now we talk about medicated soaps. Medicated soaps. Sulfur soap. Sulfur soap. Iodine soap. Juniper tar soap. Carbolic acid soap. Oh my God, what would that be for? It doesn't say what it's for. Soap with chlorine. Wow. Okay, and what that is for is it's especially valuable in the sick room and for nurses in contagious diseases. It has the properties of removing stains from the skin and making it white. So, bleach, chlorine bleach soap. Oh, here's the best one. The best one. Soap with arsenic. Soap with arsenic. It's a paste made by mixing 12 ounces of carbonate of potash with 4 ounces of white arsenic, white soap, and air-slaked lime with sufficient water to reduce to the required consistency. Powdered camphor, 3/4 ounces, may be added with advantage. Arsenic soap. Arsenic soap. I'm okay. So now, okay, here comes a kind of a warning. Reduce the ingredients separately to powder and mix. These 2 arsenic soaps are poisonous and should be labeled accordingly and kept out of the way of children and household pets. They are used as preservatives in preparing the skins of birds and other animals and to keep them free from attacks of insects. I don't recommend this one at all for skins of birds, animals, or humans. Okay, here are some simple home preparations that can help to remove freckles. Preparations recommended for the removal of freckles are usually of an acid character, containing alum, lemon juice, horseradish, buttermilk, and the like. Also, mineral drugs as salts of lead, mercury, bismuth, and others. It cannot be stated too clearly that all such preparations are distinctly injurious to the complexion, and their frequent use is not to be recommended. Most young persons of light complexion are annoyed by freckles, but these ordinarily pass away in later life, and the wisest possible course is to pay little attention to them and allow nature to effect a cure. The application of preparations advertised to remove freckles, the ingredients of which are unknown, should be avoided. I think those are the traveling snake oil things that go around. But the following recipes, the active principles of which are principally, they use that word a lot, animal or vegetable acids, are less injurious. But it must be borne in mind that all cosmetics of an astringent nature do the work by contracting the pores, which thus become weakened and in time are unable to discharge their natural functions. That's how you make freckles disappear. You wreck your pores. disable them. Okay. So you grate a fresh horseradish root very finely, cover it with fresh buttermilk, let it stand overnight. You strain it through a cheesecloth and wash the face night and morning with the resulting liquor. Or squeeze the juice of a lemon into some water and use. Now, see, we did that in the late 60s and 70s. We actually did that. Remember using lemon on your face or in your hair to lighten it. Okay, here's one. You mix 2 ounces of lemon juice with 1 gram of confectioner's sugar or powdered rock candy and half a dram of powdered borax. Okay, so lemon juice, confectioner's sugar or powdered rock candy, and borax. You let it sit for 4 or 5 days, shaking occasionally, and then you apply it with a camel's hair brush 2 or 3 times a day. I hope I don't have to say something like, folks, don't try these things at home, some kind of a disclaimer. I'm not recommending anything like this. So they've got different rose waters. That's nice. Although even rose can be kind of hard on the skin. Honey, I think that's a good one. Milk of almonds. That I can see that being soothing. Almond milk. Here's one of the tonics for baldness or balding, hair loss. Wash the head daily with good old Jamaican rum. Jamaican rum daily. Or rub the pulp of a lemon on the scalp. Or pour boiling water on rock salt or sea salt and use 2 heaping tablespoons to 1 quart of water. Allow it to cool before using and use that as a wash daily. Or use 1 teaspoonful of ammonia in a quart of warm water and use that as a wash. Ammonia. Or fill a jar or bottle with powdered lobelia. Mix brandy and sweet oil in equal parts and add as much of the mixture as the powdered lobelia will take up. Mix and allow the compound to stand 3 or 4 days and apply to the roots of the hair by rubbing with the fingertips daily. Or cut a small onion in half and rub the scalp with it just before retiring. Rinse well with soft water and Castile soap in the morning. Oh, and your partner will love you for that. Rub an onion all over your head. Sure. Okay, I'm going to stop here. And household discoveries will continue with a few more another time. And please think very carefully before trying any of these. Remember, it's 1908. And you wonder why your grandparents and great-grandparents died young. I'm sorry, that's not nice, but some of these things, and these are just on outside of the body. I'm looking forward to learning about some of the medicines that they recommend. I think that would be really interesting. Don't you? I like to look at antique medicines and